And if you don't know, that just means you need to watch more of my videos. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a tutorial on how to get this flawless complexion when you have scarring, acne, this, that, and the third, and you just want your skin to look right when you put your makeup on, okay, and it's not peeping through your makeup. This is the video for you. I show you all my tips and tricks to create this look without making it feel heavy, cakey, and just overwhelming on the face. So if you guys want to know the tea on how to get this flawless complexion, then stay tuned. Let's get started. So as you guys can tell, your girl's skin is all over the map, and it's been like that for a while now. I don't know why she wants to cut up, but she's doing that. We have a lot of post hyperpigmentation from acne, old acne from a while ago, and some fresh new acne. I even have some scratches on my face from my kid. So my face is just always tore up. That is what it is, okay? I was really in the mood to show you guys this specific routine because my face has been so tore up, and I mean, with this fresh new acne on my chin and on like my cheeks and stuff, lately my complexion routine has been A1. Like, I was kind of surprised. Like, usually I feel like when your skin is just all over the map, your makeup just doesn't look as good. Granted, that's still true, so you want to make sure your skin's on point. But when you are struggling and it just is what it is, I don't know, I was able to develop this routine where my skin looks so flawless. Like, when I take my makeup off, I'd be like, damn. Oh girl, like I'd be really shocked because I don't have a cake face, and it's not like super caked up, hella build up. It's literally me just placing products where they need to be, but creating such a flawless application, like girl. So with that being said, let's just get started, and I'm going to show you guys complexion. We won't skip brows and eyes for this video, but complexion, we're here for it. First and foremost, you're gonna prime. I've been really enjoying the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I've been really liking this primer a lot lately, and I used to just use it in my T-zone for whatever reason, I don't know why, and I started using it all over my face, and I'm like, hey girl, this is bomb. We need to spot conceal because we really need to find coverage in these areas. This is just not okay. I'm gonna be using my Nars Soft Matte Creamy Concealer in the color Ginger. Girl, I put a dent in her, okay? And I'm going to use this to just cover my hyperpigmentation. You can do actual color correcting and using, you know, purples or greens or whatever you need for your face. I'm just going straight in with like a concealer that's more of my skin tone because my hyperpigmentation, I feel like, has faded, and I feel like this is just really what I need. I don't need to do too much else. Now, the next step I like to do is I like to color correct under my eyes. I just feel like my eyes, I don't feel like they are the darkest by all means. Like, I know my under eyes are pretty okay, but I still feel like they just be coming through my makeup. So I started color correcting, and I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Vanish color corrector, and this is in the shade medium. Let me show y'all. And this is like that peach undertone that's really going to cancel out that darkness. Using the same brush, girl, I know I'm ghetto. And I am going to apply that right in like the inner corner area, just because that's where your girl be struggling. Actually, low-key, I struggle all over my eyes, so let me not pretend, okay? As I'm going through all these steps with you guys, I know some of you may think this is really tedious, but the thing is, we're working with problematic skin. So if your skin is flawless, you obviously don't need to take these certain steps. You don't have to make these certain moves to get your skin to look right. Whereas people who are struggling like myself, we gotta do a little extra with it. So just bear with me, okay? You know, don't leave yet. Bear with me because it's all gonna come out really, really good. And honestly, the skin isn't caked up, but it doesn't look crazy and all that good stuff. So anyway, moving on to the next step, I'm gonna go back into that same concealer from Nars. I'm taking that brush, and then I'm going to apply some of that product over the color corrector, and this is going to build coverage under the eye, but I don't do a lot because this ain't our last concealer, babe. But I just do a little bit just so I can just get that evenness. Like, this is like damn near my skin color, so I just want to make sure that this is my skin color and not pink, but the pink did the job of correcting the darkness underneath, if that makes any sense. We are looking crazy, but we're gonna move on to our last concealer, and this is from e.l.f. This is one of my favorites in its drugstore. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Beige. Now this concealer has great coverage, and it also has just a really nice formula. And this concealer for me right now is gonna be something more to highlight and brighten my under eyes. And the trick is not putting too much because we've already added concealer, color corrector, all that jazz. So this is really just to brighten and kind of complete the whole look, you know what I mean? So that's where we kind of just highlight the areas that we would normally highlight. I'm gonna use a brush and I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my concealer. I'm not gonna let it sit too long like usual because I've noticed the more of that primer that I use from Milk, the faster my concealer dries, so your girl needs to move quickly. And as I'm blending, I am also pressing it in, so I'm not just moving it, I am pressing the product into my skin. Now granted, babe, you're gonna have texture. Texture is normal, pores is normal, okay? Peach fuzz, a little whiskers is normal, okay? All of that is normal, okay? If you got a pustule that is out here just banging, there's not much you're gonna do, okay? There's not much you can do, but this is really just to kind of correct and even the skin tone. Now we're gonna get into cream contour. You guys have seen these products so much on my channel, and I'm sorry I'm bringing them back, but if you guys really want a flawless ass routine, I'm gonna have to show you these really great products. We're gonna get into our cream bronzer from Fenty Beauty, and it's the shade Macchiato. And if you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, you kind of know my concept with bronzer and contouring, so we're just gonna make sure our bronzer is sitting higher on our face, and it's just giving us saturation, warmth, and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go into this Vanity Makeup Sculpt and Glow Trio in medium, and I'm only using the contour shade. I've used the other shades in here, but I'm really here for contour, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and sculpt my face. You guys know what it is with my sculpting and bronzing, okay? I don't really need to go into depth. And if you don't know, that just means you need to watch more of my videos. We're gonna move on to foundation. I'm gonna be using my Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. This is in the color Syracruse. I think it's a little dark for your girl, but we gonna make it work, okay? The cool thing about this technique and doing your concealer and your contour, then just putting a little bit of foundation in the areas you need it, is that when something doesn't really match you, it's not that big of a deal, okay? Because you're not putting it all over your face, you're just putting it in little areas, you know? I just do a pump on my finger and I just dab it where I need it. And then you just blend away. Our cream products are done. We're gonna move on to powder. I'm gonna be using my Laura Mercier setting powder in honey. I've been loving this, but I'm also gonna go back into my powder mix that I've always used, and this is just a mix of like several different loose powders. So anyway, let's just jump into the shade Honey. This is just a really beautiful like yellow toned, girl. It's great for your medium to dark. And how I'm applying this to make it look a little bit more airbrush is I'm using a highlight brush from the It's My Ray Ray BH Cosmetic collection, and I'm actually using that to put my first layer of powder down, just because I feel like it looks a little bit more airbrushed with like a looser, smaller brush. It just like sets the powder on top. It doesn't move the product underneath. I'm also going to take that same powder and I'm going to set the rest of my face, just so that when I apply bronzer and blush, it doesn't stick. And for those who are going to ask, this is a MAC brush, the 140S brush. Moving on to my setting powder mix, I'm going to begin baking. You guys know how I feel about this. A light bake is all you really need. I don't feel like you need a heavy amount of baking. It's just, at that point, girl, you wasting powder. Typically, this is where I start my eyebrows and I do my eyes, but I think for this video, I'm just gonna go straight for complexion, and then I will do the rest off camera, then close out the video. So you just let this sit a little bit and then you dust it off. It's been a little bit, and I'm going to just dust off the bake. We're gonna bring in some bronze, we're gonna bring in some sculpt because I kind of lost it with all this powder. But I'm gonna use my MAC bronzer. This is their bronze collection in the shade Beige-ing Beauty. But girl, this ain't the last bronzer I'm gonna use, okay? I'm gonna use another one. But I'm gonna go ahead and tap her in. Then I'm gonna use the Nars Laguna bronzer because I have been really loving her again. Okay, she an OG classic. And I'm just dusting a little bit of that towards the like top of my cheekbone. Moving on to blush. Okay, I have been really loving this blush lately. Like, It's so good. I just love her. This is from Laura Mercier. This is her Baked Blush Bronze Blush Compact Bronze. Miss Laura, the name though, the name. This shade is in Ritual. And the color, everything, the mix is just, it's wonderful. The only thing is I do wish it was like completely matte, but it's fine. We can live with that. You guys know I've been into a matte face, but this is just like so matte that it's almost looking really disgusting. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. I'm gonna use the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray, and it smells good too. For the most part, the skin, the complexion is done. This is what I do. I feel like my skin looks so good, and I feel like my faces feel heavy. It just, everything looks really put together. But when your skin is struggling and you have texture and all that stuff, which is completely normal, like nobody's face is completely just like, girl, this Instagram is not real life, okay? So when you do have texture and anything else popping through, like this is kind of popping through, but I didn't want to put too much product because I didn't want to look super cakey. The last step that you need to do is create little beauty marks, babe. I'm gonna go into this little bottle of Freck. Okay, if you guys have not heard of them, this is a little product that creates faux freckles, okay? And it's really dope. It makes it look so realistic, but I actually don't use them to make like freckles all over my face. I actually use this to make my little beauty marks because it just looks way more natural than using liner or anything else. So let's go ahead and look at my skin and find areas that still just need a little bit of help, aka my chin. Ooh. Right here, there's a scratch on my face that is kind of rising in my skin. So take care of that. And that's the skin. I feel like my skin looks really flawless. Now, please don't get this confused, okay? Your skin has texture, all right? Your skin, even when it's problematic, it's gonna have texture. This is not me saying, oh, this is how you get a flawless face and it's completely smooth and there ain't no pores, nothing, woo, woo, woo. That's not this video. This is just to cover up and even out and just to disguise what's underneath, okay? This isn't to disguise pores, I got them, babe. This isn't to disguise texture because I got that. And honestly, you can't do that. If you got pores, baby, you got texture, unless you tell me your methods, because I haven't figured out how to smooth none of that out, okay? I'm just saying. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face and then do this hair. Okay, I've been a hairstylist lately. Ooh. And then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so here's the finished look. I just did my eyes and lips off camera and kind of juiced up my hair a little bit, okay? But yeah, that's it for complexion. So I really want to make this clear. I am not making this video to say, hey, you can get rid of texture and pores and everything's gonna look super smooth. This is literally for people who have problematic skin like myself. So if you have flawless skin, babe, you don't even need to do all of this. Matter of fact, you don't even need to wear makeup. But for those who do have problematic skin, who have hyperpigmentation, this and that and the third, this is gonna help you create that flawless base without having that heavy, full coverage, just cakey mess on your face. Texture is completely normal. Pores, okay, they're completely normal. Those are just things that skin has. And I don't want people to feel like, oh my gosh, because I have larger pores, or I have some texture, that like, it's over for you. It's not. So if you still see texture, if you still see pores, it is what it is. There's no way to hide that. But what you could do is hide hyperpigmentation and scarring and unevenness in your skin, which is what I did. And I feel like my skin looks flawless. We did tips and tricks to help, you know, get it together. And my skin doesn't feel super heavy. It feels really lightweight. And I feel like it's just super flawless. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And of course, these tips and tricks to get a flawless complexion, especially for those who suffer like me. And if you guys want a look on this eye look, it's very simple, but I just feel like it's really cute. And it's just like, bam, pop of color, but not too crazy. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, let me know what you guys think about my steps. If you have any tips and tricks just to overall make the skin look flawless and beautiful, especially when you're suffering from acne and scarring, all that stuff, let us know down below, okay? Don't hold your secrets, okay? I'm out here sharing my secrets. You need to share your secrets too. Other than that, like the video and of course subscribe, because how else are you gonna know when new videos come? You need to subscribe to my channel, and that's about it. I'm gonna take some pictures, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna work on some other videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.